Well, hello there. I'm so excited to join you today in the reading of part of the text Around the World. Before we get started, let me tell you who's reading to you today. My name is Jen Jump, or my students called me Mrs. Jump. I used to be a teacher. In fact, I taught 4th and 5th grade along my teaching career. Now, I have two very important jobs. Number one, I'm a mom. You can see my two girls in the photo. And I am also an academic officer for a company called Teacher Creative Materials. I like to tell kids that I teach teachers how to teach. So let's get started and read this short story inside Around the World. As you can see here, in the text Around the World, there is a collection of short stories from Wolf Lullaby to The Frog and the Condor, to The Tree of Dreams, The Language of Birds, and Brer Rabbit. I will be sharing with you just one of these short stories. Today, we will be reading The Tree of Dreams together. I encourage you to read each of these short stories. In fact, you'll need to read a few of them to complete the math or science or social studies components of your work this week. Let's get started. The Tree of Dreams. Ueka was a young hunter in the Jaruna tribe and lived in the heart of Brazil at the edge of a tropical forest. One day, Ueka was hunting for deer in the forest when he came across an ancient tree he had never seen before. The tree's branches reached far above the forest canopy. Its roots ran deep into the ground below. Ueka wondered how he had never noticed the tree before, when he saw something quite peculiar. Around the trunk of a tree, a large group of animals lay sound asleep. There was a jaguar, a tapir, a spider monkey, a macaw, and a peccary, all curled up together. Ueka approached the tree to take a closer look, and as he did so, he became overwhelmed by tiredness. Though he feared he was being bewitched, he could not keep his eyes open a moment longer. He yawned and stretched, and he lay down with the animals. Ueka fell asleep and drifted into a vivid dream. In his dream, Sanaa came to him. Sanaa was a powerful god that was half jaguar and half man. Sanaa told Ueka stories and tales about his ancestors and showed him strange animals he had never seen. Sanaa taught Ueka the secrets of the forest. I'm going to ask you just to jot a few notes down. You don't need to write sentences for this, but I'm curious. What emotions do you suppose Ueka experienced at this time? I'll give you a few moments to get some ideas written down. When Ueka woke up from his mystical dream, he felt refreshed and happy. But all of the animals had gone and it was dark. So Ueka ran home as quickly as he could. The other members of his tribe were angry that he had returned without food, but he didn't tell anyone of his strange experience. The next day, Ueka returned to the Tree of Dreams, and the same thing happened again. Sanaa came to Ueka and shared more of his wisdom and magic. Ueka returned to the tree many times after that, and his tribe grew very angry for him for not hunting. One day, Sanaa told him that his teachings were complete. He instructed Ueka to go home and to share his new powers with his tribe. Sanaa gave Ueka some of the tree's bark to help his powers grow. Ueka used the bark to make tea, and he drank some every day. He found that it gave him magical powers to heal. A few weeks passed and a child became sick in his tribe. Ueka was able to cure her illness with the touch of his hand. It was a miracle, and the news of this amazing healing power spread quickly. Soon many tribes throughout the forest came to visit Uica, and he could cure anyone, even the animals. He drank the tea bark often, and over the years his mystical dreams returned, and he became a powerful medicine man. The tribe wanted Uica to marry and have children to carry on his powers. They begged him every day to choose a wife. Uica didn't want to marry, but he grew tired of being pestered, so he married to please the tribe. His new wife soon grew jealous of the time Uica spent helping other people. She nagged him so much that the tribe chased her away without Uica's knowledge. This angered the wife's family. So one night, the wife's brother crept up behind Uica and tried to strike him over the head with a heavy club. Thanks to his magical powers, Uica sensed that the brother was coming and ducked out of the way just in time. He was unharmed but upset that someone would try to harm him after all he had done to help his tribe. For this one, I'm going to ask you to respond thoughtfully, using sentences, as though maybe you're responding on a large assessment of some sort. The first question is, what might Uica do now that people are angry with him? And the second question is, was his tribe fair to him, and why do you think that? Here's my suggestion. Go ahead and push pause so you can keep looking at these questions while you respond to them in your own words. Great job responding to those two questions. Let's see what Uica decides to do. That night, Uica decided that he could not serve his tribe any longer. He left his village and walked deep into the forest. Some of the tribe members followed him to beg him to come back, but when they found him, he was sitting on a large rock in a dreamlike trance. Nothing they could do would stir him. By morning, Uica was gone. He had disappeared into the dreamland of Sanaa, the jaguar man. With him, he took the secrets of healing and the wisdom of the forest. And because of their nagging, the tribe had lost its medicine man. Now, before you continue on, I just have a funny challenge. I would like for you to come up with a hashtag, some little message that you could use that would describe the point of this story. So, funny enough, I happen to have a husband, and sometimes he even thinks I nag him. So he might use the hashtag, don't nag your husband. Because if you nag your husband, they might leave and go back out to the forest and never return. Ha ha ha, right? What hashtag could you come up that sums the idea of this story? Again, thanks so much for joining me, and good luck with the rest of your work.